Disclaimer: I do not own the clips or music shown. These are used for review and entertainment purposes. Thank you.
Yes. Understand.
Guy Pals, it's me, Camden, on channel Cam. Let's talk about Ben 10. Again, it's only been like a few months since I last talked about Ben. So yeah, after I finished my Ben 10 retrospective, you should check that out. All of you should check that out. It was one of my favorite videos I ever did. And after the big ruckus I made about wanting new Ben 10 content, I want that and I desire that. I need that. I've been dreaming about that. Give it here. I want more Ben 10 stuff. Warner Brothers, Cartoon Network, whoever, I don't care, whatever. If it's a spin-off show or it's... Yeah, I still need more. I'm still wanting more. Like, and I'm not the only one. Like, a lot of fans want more Ben 10. Like, come on, like, Dan's upset too. And like, so I just thought to myself, I was like, what type of thing would we get for Ben 10 right now? What would we get? Like a new game, or a show, or a movie? So I thought to myself, you know, let me put something in my head. What would I do if I made a live-action, big-budget Ben 10 movie? And no, yes, I know about the other live-action Ben 10 movies, but those are different. Those are on TV, okay? Like, Race Against Time was pretty much Disney Channel's Ben 10, while Alien Swarm was pretty much the CW's Ben 10.
Hey, show me what you're after. I thought you promised me the way.
I mean, like a theatrical release of Ben 10. Like, one in theaters with a big budget behind it. And like a Transformers level, like, blockbuster Ben 10 movie, like a superhero movie. And personally, I think it could work when given the right directors, the right writers, the right everything. I think it could be pulled off pretty well. You know, because like, there are certain things that shouldn't be put into live action, but I still think Ben could work. And Ben is a superhero, and y'all love eating that stuff up, and I do too. So you know, so pretty much I just write my own fan script on my ideas for a live-action Ben 10 movie. And for my older fans, you know this is not really the first time I did something like this. Feels nice to be dressed like this again. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can jump right into this, shall we? I mean, there might be some Hollywood executives looking at this video and could possibly, you know, they could help a brother out, you know what I'm saying? So, like, before we jump right into the plot, we gotta talk about the technicalities of the movie. What it's gonna be like? Who's in the movie? Well, like, obviously, who's gonna play Ben? You know, I thought about a certain special somebody that could be Ben Tennyson. I mean, I really wonder who. I mean, I think you guys know who that is. I think they'll be perfect as Ben Tennyson, personally. But jokes aside, Tom Holland already said no. So no, it's not going to be Tom Holland. People, listen. There are other brown-haired white boys that are actors that exist, okay? Tom Holland isn't the only one that exists. Do you hear me, online fan cast? Thing for Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, and Eddie Munson, okay? I think Asher Angel will do a pretty good job as Ben, like, jokes aside. But like for the aliens to be, of course, they're obviously going to be CGI. I mean, it's not like we can just put aliens into real life.
Obviously not like me right now, because I'm really actually forearms, of course. They can't actually get the real Omnitrix.
Like for them to do mocap and get like martial artists to do the moves for the aliens. So it seems like the bad guys, like the actors, aren't just hitting nothing. The aliens move like they're experienced at fighting, or make them feel like it's like good fighters. Anyways, let's go ahead and mosey on to the plot. So the movie begins with a flashback with young Ben and young Gwen with their grandpa Max for summer vacation. And they're teasing each other lightly, as cousins do, calling each other dweebs and doofuses. But then they see something that's amiss. in the sky. Ben discovers it. Ben runs, like he's really curious. He's like, And of course, it started when an alien device did what it did as it sticks upon him. And Gwen and Max, they're just watching. And then Ben just clicks on it. And he slowly turns into Heat Blast. It's really ominous. It shows suspense. But then it cuts to black. And then we get like a tiny little montage of what the aliens are like. And how Ben turns into them. And how he uses them. Both as a hero and causing a little mischief. We see it like we also get some homages to the classic Ben 10 intro. With a new rendition of the Ben 10 theme song. Feel nostalgic, but also makes you feel like, oh, this is the new world of Ben 10. This is something new. And you get to see a bit of Gwen using her magic, and Max using his plumber technology. And then it's just really fun and cool, but it's also really quick. And something that you're going to have to pause to see at home when it gets on digital. And then, as the intro ends, it cuts to the present with a close-up shot of teenage Ben, his arm, where he clearly does not have the Omnitrix on. As over the years, it got taken off of him. And he gets up from his bed, and we see that his room is not particularly the cleanest. And we see a bunch of free coupons for Mr. Smoothie's drinks and old Sumo Slammer action figures. And it sets us in the mood of what teenage Ben is like. A little messy and goosey, but he's also a kind dude. And he's pretty cool. We'll get to see his mom, Sandra, and I'll just have her be played by Rachel McAdams. Because why not? And then, like, as he gets ready to school, he meets up with his best friend, Alan Albright. And, like, they're really good friends. Like bro, they're really good friends. And then they go to class, along with Julie, who is the main love interest of the movie. And we also have Mr. Harold Watchers, as he assigns a 500-word essay on things that you're passionate about, and your true morals, and what you believe in. Kind of, what dreams do you want to share out into the world? And you think Mr. Walters would just be some ordinary, normal, just average teacher. Well, in the movie he may be, and he may have some funny lines. But guess who's gonna be playing them?
Oh my God!
He's gonna be playing.
Oh my God!
Ben Tennyson's teacher.
Oh my God!
Yuri Lowenthal will be Ben Tennyson's teacher. He's gonna give him some advice, and also he's gonna have some funny lines, and it's gonna be a little wink and nod to the older fan. And then we also get, Ben and Julie starts talking to each other in the hallways, and it's a really cutesy scene. And after school, Ben goes to the Rust Bucket, Grandpa Max's RV. Then after school, Ben goes to the Rust Bucket, Grandpa Max's RV, and he talks to Gwen and Grandpa Max. And this is a really nice scene. It's family bonding, and Ben and Gwen are calling each other Doofus and Dweeb, but it's more affectionately, as they're cousins and they're just poking fun at each other, but in a fun way. And then their conversation starts turning into talking about the old days and how great they were. And Ben talks about like the Omnitrix, and Grandpa Max is like, "Oh yeah, you took me back to my old plumber days." As Grandpa Max looks at his old plumber gear with guns, like a bunch of lasers and stuff. And Gwen is just all like, "Oh yeah, but I still got my magic powers." As Gwen starts levitating a book using her purple aura. Ben talks a little bit like about how special he was when he had the Omnitrix, and how he just like how great it felt turning into those aliens, how extraordinary that summer alone was, and he wished how he could capture that moment again. And then they hear something. They hear a noise, and Ben goes outside to check it out. Ben just keeps looking around. He's like, and then he gets a surprise attack from none other than Levin. And then Kevin, he's just running after Ben. He's like, and he's super mad. Like he's ready to get his revenge on Ben after all those fights he had all those years. And then Ben, knowing that Grandpa Max has the Omnitrix, Ben takes the Omnitrix and accepts that he needs it and puts it back on as he transforms into Forearms. And Forearms and Kevin, they're on an epic battle. They fight each other in the woods. They throw trees at each other. And Kevin starts absorbing objects and start absorbing wood. Kevin starts growing spikes and it's like he starts hitting Forearm. Quips, it gets interrupted by Gwen and Max. And then they stopped where Kevin starts growing interest in Gwen. And that Max interrogates Kevin on like what's going on and tells Ben to go home while he figures it all out. And then we find out that Ben has been on multiple battles with Kevin over the summer. And then at one point he got taken into the Null Void as a bunch of other villains that Ben used to fight. And then they say that an Omnimus figure that's really dark, and he freed all of them. That they all want something in common. Revenge on Ben 10. So then Grandpa Max, he calls Ben and he's like, well, Ben, it seems like you're gonna do a lot of heroing time. Also get a little scene where Ben goes home where he has some bruises on his face and he wears a hood. And his mom is like really concerned and it's just like, Ben, what's wrong with you? Like what happened? Like, are you okay? And Ben is all like, I was fighting. I mean, I got hit by a tree, and totally was not involved with any aliens or Osmosians at all. Then after that, we also get to see a scene with Kevin, Gwen, and Ben getting readings on another alien. Alien is a hybrid and he's just running around in a warehouse. And Ben, he's like. Ben and Kevin start arguing with each other, and Ben is all like, didn't you used to be the bad? And then Gwen is just like, can y'all stop arguing? Can y'all please stop arguing? And then Gwen just makes a joke and says, one day you guys are going to be great friends. And then Ben transforms fight scene with Diamond Head and the hybrid. An alien is attacking people again. Look at this thing. Oh my gosh. Please, someone stop it. Please. Can someone stop it? Please. Oh my gosh. It's the evil hybrid. Oh my gosh. Look at him. Y'all know what time it is. Yippee.
He needs some milk.
So, yeah, Ben starts making things with his diamond constructs. He starts making swords, blades, shields. And then Ben and Kevin accidentally, they do a team combo against the hybrid, hinting at their friendship. We see a little montage of Ben turning into the different aliens and taking down a bad guy alien. But yeah, this is going to be the 10 that's going to be in the movie. Yeah, there's going to be a Diamond Head, Forearms, Heat Blast, Accelerate, Wrath, Echo, Gray Matter, Upgrade, Big Chill, and Wild Mind. Yes, reports continuously report on the alien, but it's not all fight scenes and stuff. We get to see Ben, Gwen, and Kevin go to the mall and have a team bonding moment. They're all just having fun and just being teenagers. And they just go to the arcade. They're just playing games. But then we also have a moment between Ben and Kevin, and they talk about all their past adventures in their life. Kevin just talks about how his dad used to be a plumber. To Ben's surprise, he's just like, what? Because Ben just thought Kevin was just a good-for-nothing bad guy. And Kevin doesn't straight up say it, but it's shown to the audience that Ben and Gwen motivated Kevin to become a better person. He's like, oh, I can be good. I can be like them. To do bad stuff my entire life, I can actually change and be a better version of myself. And then Ben, he just talks about how his whole life has changed when he got the Omnitrix and how he became a bigger person. And they're just pretty much just straight up admitting, yeah, we're friends now. Yeah, we're cool. And Kevin starts talking to Ben about Gwen. Ben starts talking to Kevin about Julie. It's a nice little scene, and then Ben just has a smirk on his face and turns into Upgrade and starts updating an arcade machine where everyone in the arcade becomes amazed by it and starts looking at it. Sticky scenes where Ben's whole classroom is just looking at Ben's Omnitrix, like they're all just amazed by it. Ben, where do you get that watch, bro? My grandpa made it. Yeah, my grandpa gave it to me. I want to get that from eBay, bro, because that watch look cool. Oh my god, and there anyway, I can't get it from eBay. It's kind of Walters is off. Man, that watch look good. I hope it look good on me. You know, I wonder what it'd be like if I wore that watch. Then Ben accidentally slaps the Omnitrix and he zooms out of the classroom as he turns into Wildvine in the bathroom. And Alan follows him. And then they're both just like amazed at the Omnitrix. Like, Alan finds it really cool that his best friend can turn to aliens. And he finds out he were all the aliens that he saw on the news. And they start talking to each other instead of hyperfixating until a villain starts bursting in. And it's none other than Dr. Animo, played by William Dafoe. And then he just starts screaming, Tennyson! As he wants to go after Ben for his revenge. Like, yeah, Dr. Animo's all like, Ben, I finally got you. After all these years, I finally got my revenge. Everyone at school is just running. They're just like, oh my gosh, our school is under attack. I wonder why. Animo just pulls up with his big giant mutant frog. And Ben, as Wildvine, starts fighting the frog. And it just starts going all around the school, just destroying property. They're just throwing things. They're just like destroying walls, destroying awards. They're destroying glass. And we also get to see a little Easter egg with some of the students looking very similar to Cash and JT. Just looking at the battle. Turns into Echo and multiplies himself. And then some of the students start trying to record the fight because how cool it is that an alien is fighting a big mutant frog. Though they should be recording, they've been trying to run and try to be safe and Echo. And then they continue fighting and getting a few hits in until Ben finds out that Julie is in peril. Like, she starts falling off out of a window, and then Ben turns into Accelerate and swoops in and saves her. And then Julie starts putting two and two together and starts figuring out, I think these aliens might be the same person. And then after the fight scene ends, Ben and Julie just sit on some steps talking to each other. And then Julie just outright says, like, yeah, I know you got those aliens on that watch. I know you can do all those amazing things. Because that watch has the exact same symbol as those aliens. That's what made her put two and two together. And they start talking to each other just nicely. And it's just nice music just playing in the background where there's a bunch of property damage and destruction. And then goes home to his mom, and his mom is like really concerned. It's like, Ben, what is wrong with you? Oh my god. It's like, it's okay, Mom, I'm alive. They didn't get me. And then his mom is like, oh, okay. Then Sandra starts looking at Ben's watch and she's like, I never bought that for you. Where did you get that watch? Where did you get that? And Ben is like, Grandpa Max gave it. And then Sandra starts messing with the watch all over the place. Like, she just starts messing to the watch. And then on accident, Ben starts turning into...
He turns into Heat Blast. Like, just out of nowhere. And then she just starts having her mouth open. And she's just really surprised. She's like, oh my gosh, my son turned into an alien. Blah, 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 blah.
And then we see on the news, a big warship starts attacking Bellwood. And, of course, it's none other than the great Ben 10 villain, Subliminal, bro. Like, we all knew it was Subliminal this entire time. It was Subliminal. Of course it was Vilgax. And it was revealed that Vilgax was the one that sent all those villains outside of the Null Void. And for Ben to be distracted, so then Vilgax could finally get his revenge on him. And then they just see it all over the news, and Sandra sees this as well. And then we see Sandra give Ben a motivational speech about, she's just like, I may not know everything about that watch, I may not know everything what you do with it, but I'm sure you have it for a reason, and you should use it to fight that guy out there. Please, fight him, please. Like, since you're all those aliens on the news, you should go out there and fight that other alien, okay? And Ben is motivated, he gets up, he sees Gwen and Kevin outside, being parked, and then they roll out, and then they go find Vilgax. Vilgax robots start destroying buildings and stuff, and then Ben turns into Wrath and does his typical, "Let me tell you something!" And then Wrath starts destroying robots and just destroying things, causing a bunch of chaos. You also get to see have Siphon, who's Vilgax's henchman, and he's all like, he's kind of like Ebony Maw, where he's all like, "Vilgax is here. All you humans should be feared because you're all going to die. Because Vilgax is the greatest thing of all time. He is the greatest villain ever. I love Vilgax. I love Vilgax so much. He is so evil. It's just, oh my." And continues destroying robots until he gets hit by Vilgax. As Wrath starts throwing things at Vilgax, until Wrath starts throwing Kevin's car onto Vilgax. Also see Grandpa Max is there to help as he starts shooting a bunch of robots and tries to shoot Vilgax with his plumber laser. Then Max, Gwen, and Kevin see Vilgax kidnap Ben, and he gets knocked out unconscious. Ben wakes up and see Vilgax doing his big evil, I'm evil, I'm very evil monologue. And then Gwen, Max, Kevin, and Alan come to the rescue to save Ben. And then Ben and Vilgax, they start fighting again. And then Alan, he gets cornered by some minions. They start attacking him and ganging up on him. But then bursts of flames come out. And it turns out that the bursts of flames are from Alan. And it's revealed that Alan's mom is a Pyronite, the alien race that Heat Blast is from. And his dad was a plumber. But also throughout the movie, we get to see little hints that there's something more to Alan than meets the eye. Like some scenes we see his eyes glow and burn up a little. Him in his room just like flickering his hands a little bit, like little flickers of fire.
No. And
Grandpa Max was all like, "Oh yeah, I remember back in those days. Oh yeah, I remember Alan's dad. Oh yes, back in the good old days of the plumbing business. Back in my day, back in my day, we used to be shooting all those aliens." Ben continues to fight Vilgax. They go at it. They be throwing stuff at each other. Ben is trying to switch from alien to alien as his Omnitrix kind of malfunctions a little bit from being kidnapped. Like, he turns into Diamond Head, Heat Blast, Forearms, Gray Matter, Accelerate, you name it. Just any alien you can think of. Well, an alien that's in this movie. And then they continue the battle until they get trapped into the null void. And then Vilgax continues his evil speech and is like, "Well, he." Ben continues switching from alien to alien, using his tactics against Vilgax. And they're just throwing boulders at each other, and they're trying to dodge the null void slugs from. And then when Vilgax gets close to winning, a portal opens, which is the portal is from Max as he's trying to bring Ben back home. And then Ben gets back up, defeats Vilgax, and Ben just cracks a joke and says, "Well, I guess some things never change." Jumps into the portal and goes back home. They're all happy to see him, but then Max also planted a bomb in Vilgax's ship. So they all get into the RV and they all drive out. And as they're back on ground, Julie is there to see it all. And then Ben asks Julie out. And then of course they get together. Of course and then Alan and Kevin, they both cheer Ben on. They're like, yes, my boy, he got that Omnirizz, bro. He got that Omnirizz. I'm not sure if Hollywood would want to hire me. I'm using the word Omnirizz. And we get to see them just sitting down, just at a table. They're all just happy, smiling at each other, talking about their past adventures. Ben, Gwen, Kevin, Alan, Sandra, Max, they're all just sitting down, just talking to each other. And they're drinking Mr. Smoothies. And they all just... And then Max gives them that nasty food while they're talking to each other. They get some readings that there's a crime afoot. They all look at Ben, and Ben gets up. He starts running. And as Ben runs, he starts narrating about his adventure and how far he's grown. And how, just with the Omnitrix, he made his family and friends closer to each other. Made Sandra fully understand what was his summer like, and made her understand Max a bit. Kevin became like a good guy now. He got to be with Julie, and Ben continues running, and we see that Ben passed his essay. And then it cuts to black with Ben just saying, "It's hero time!" And the movie ends. It's gonna have like a mid-credit scene with, you know, Ben turning into the 11th alien, Cannonbolt. You know, I think that would be pretty cool, you know, hinting towards a sequel and to more aliens to come. Yeah, I guess maybe a four. Yeah, I mean, that's personally what I would do. I kind of did this for funsies. Like, for this little vision in my head, I thought it would be fun for me to share it to you guys. I mean, if there do get to be a big budget live action Ben 10 movie released in theaters, some of these might be taken, but probably. But who knows? We may never know. I mean, they might just straight up knock off my plot. But this is pretty much what I did during the Ben 10 drought. Hope you guys liked it. I mean, we may never know. Hollywood might be looking at this and probably want to hire me. We may never know. Just want to hire random YouTubers. Probably won't end up reviewing it because, you know, obvious. I can't wait to see other people review it, other YouTubers, and I get a 1,000% on Rotten Tomatoes or 11 out of 10 on IMDb or whatever. We may never know. We may never know. Yeah. Also, speaking of Vilgax, hold on, I got some business to take care of. We meet again, Vilgax.
We meet again, boy. Prepare to die.
Oh, let me turn it to the right alien real quick. Hold on. I could turn it to, I don't know, maybe not forearms, not way big. I already did that last time. Especially not Nanomech. Nanomech's horrible. Ooh, Diamond Head. Wee-hee! I succeed once again. Well, now my great viewers, hope you guys like, comment, not a mean comment, subscribe, and I'm about to go fight aliens my entire summer vacation.
Yeah, trade info, fucker.